So the 2020 season, mostly defined by a global pandemic that sort of came along in the middle of it. Apart from that, we had a relatively cool summer, had some quite cool cold spots, frankly, coming through it, and yields were quite low correspondingly, quite a poor flowering. We ended up with a bit of a disconnect between sugar and flavour profiles out the other end. So managing that whilst keeping social distancing and washing our hands and wearing gloves constantly was really interesting. So it's probably the first year that anybody has talked about anything other than the climate, and that there was a global pandemic that defined so much of what we were doing. But it was something that we've managed to muddle through. We managed to pick a couple of parcels of some really, really nice fruit, and I think that's going to come through, as you'll see, as the 2020 start hitting the shelves. It was a little tougher down here in Central Otago than it was in the rest of the country. The rest of the country had a great year in 2020, but I think you'll find that we've still got some really beautiful, expressive Pinot Noirs and some of the lightest white wines that I've ever made, some really, really pretty and restrained white wines across our Pinot Gris and many of the Rieslings.